Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Vedant Agarwal. Our top story, well, the centre announced the 8-member committee for the One Nation, One Election push, and there's controversy immediately after because Congress's Adhir Chowdhury wrote to Home Minister Amit Shah declining the invite. Well, the centre had named him to be a part of the panel, but he said that this is unconstitutional and a total eyewash. He also said this is against constitutional values and the very framework of parliamentary democracy. He asked the centre to include Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge on the panel. Well, on the panel, the centre has named 8 people, including Adhir Chowdhury, of course. Also, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Union Home Minister Amit Shah is also, of course, on the panel. This 8-member committee will be headed by ex-President Nath Kovind. Now, well, there is multiple suggestions in that notification by the centre. The centre has asked the committee to explore the possibility of panchayat polls to be held with centre and state elections. So far, it was just about the general elections and state assembly elections. Other than that, well, the committee has also been asked to submit its recommendations, quote unquote, at the earliest. So the centre really pushing through with that legislation. And the centre has also asked the committee to see if states' approval or ratification is required for the constitutional amendments. Well, the committee has been asked to, in a sense, recommend, to in a sense explore all the constitutional amendments that will be required for the implementation of One Nation, One Election. Logistical, practical reasons, logistics of this particular exercise are also to be explored by the committee. But the latest flashpoint now is that Adhir Chowdhury has declined to be a part of this committee. In fact, the Congress has said that it will consult India Alliance members before making its stand clear on the panel. This is what sources have indicated to NDTV. Remains to be seen how Congress takes this forward. But Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal has also said that this is against India's democracy and an attempt to sabotage the parliamentary democracy framework of the country. And the other big political headline, well, the BJP has kicked off its Parivartan Yatra in Rajasthan from Savai Madhopur, flagged off by BJP President JP Nadda and Vasundhara Raje. Well, the Yatra had the top brass of the BJP hitting the campaign trail. CP Joshi, the president of the BJP in Rajasthan, also Rajendra Rathore, leader of the opposition, former BJP President Satish Punia was also present. Well, the second phase of the Yatra will be flagged off by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Now, this Yatra will cover over 200 assembly constituencies and culminate on the 20th. So, well, the election season has well and truly begun, and the BJP has hit the Congress, has hit the campaign trail, and so has the Congress. What an absolutely horrific incident there. But moving to news now from Maharashtra. Well, protests for Maratha reservation, that Maratha quota, turned violent on Friday and the police had to resort to lathi charge. Dozens were injured, including police personnel. And Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde had appealed for peace. And on Saturday, a high-level committee was formed to probe violence. Well, these protests after the reservation for the Maratha community was quashed by the top court. But this has now also led to a political war of words in Maharashtra. Here's a report.
These pictures are from Jalna district of Maharashtra. Shops are locked and only a few cars on the streets. On Friday evening, the police lathi-charged protesters in Jalna's Antharwali Sarati village. They were demanding reservations for Marathas. Enraged by the lathi charge, activists of the Sakhal Maratha Samaj set buses on fire in many cities of the state.
इतना मारपीट शुरू किया कि मेरे माता मौली को मारा. इसको जवाबदार ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा देवेंद्र फडणवीस की पुलिस है, देवेंद्र फडणवीस खुद है. उन्होंने राजीनामा देना चाहिए क्योंकि उसकी माता है. ये गांव के लोग माँ बाप होते हैं, माता होती है. इनको अवश्य उनको राजीनामा देना चाहिए. मराठों का आंदोलन छिड़ने का काम मुख्यमंत्री और उप मुख्यमंत्री ने किया है.
24 protesters and 45 policemen were injured in the incident in Antharwali Sarati village. One of those injured is Vijay Tarang, who suffered a head injury in the clashes.
पुलिस ने अचानक से बेधुन मारहान चालू की. मारहान बोले तो ऐसी मारहान चालू की कि पुरुष पुलिस ने महिलाओं को मारा, बच्चों को मारा, हमारे 70 साल के माताओं को मारा. हम सिर्फ हमारा हक मांग रहे थे. दूसरा तो कुछ नहीं था, हमारे हाथ में भी कुछ नहीं था। वो पूरे तैयारी से आए थे। सरकार का उन पे दबाव था, सरकार के दबाव की वजह से उन्होंने ऐसे लाठीचार्ज किया।
हमारे एडिशनल एसपी और एसडीएम दोनों ने उनको उनकी जान को खतरा है ये बताकर उनको अस्पताल में लेके जाने की प्रोसेस हमने शुरू की थी। लेकिन वहाँ जो मॉब जो इकट्ठा हुआ था, उन्होंने हमारी जो महिलाएं थी जो सामने थी उन पर और हमारे जवान पर पत्थरबाजी शुरू की। वो वहाँ का जो वायलेंट जो मॉब था उसको डिस्पर्स करने के लिए पुलिस ने फिर बल का इस्तेमाल किया है।
The opposition has attacked the government over the incident. Both Sharad Pawar and Uddhav Thackeray reached Jalna and met the victims and criticized Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Sharad Pawar has reacted saying Devendra Fadnavis doesn't know how to run a government. R.R. Patil gave him resignation when he was the Home Minister. He made a slip of the tongue in front of the media and as a responsible Home Minister, he resigned.
ये बहुत बड़े षड्यंत्र का हिस्सा लग रहा है, इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए।
There was a little resentment against Devendra Fadnavis in the minds of the Maratha society after taking over the command in 2014. In his tenure in 2018, he tried to divide the Maratha community by giving them reservation. But this latest incident in Jalna district has once again mobilized the Maratha community and their leaders against Fadnavis. With Ronak Kukre in Maharashtra, Usama Shah for NDTV.
So a ground report there from Jalna. But moving now, well, the Enforcement Directorate has been granted 11-day custody of Jet Airways founder Naresh Goyal. This comes just a day after he was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the bank fraud money laundering case. Now, this is a 530 crore bank fraud case. Canara Bank was a complainant in this particular case. So Naresh Goyal arrested by the Enforcement Directorate after multiple hours of questioning, and now he has been sent to an 11-day custody.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Aditya L1 mission. Second stage separated, third stage ignited. Vehicle performance normal.
So the latest and, well, literally the brightest chapter in India's space odyssey after its moonwalk, India's Sundance, ISRO's maiden solar mission, Aditya L1. Its launch was successful, and an hour after the launch, it was successfully placed in the orbit, and it's going to send crucial information about the sun, about its thermal properties. This is an extremely important chapter in India's space mission. It's been celebrated by Indians, so there you can see what an absolutely majestic liftoff there.
P1 tracking.
आज के इस मिशन में जिसका नाम है PSLV
organization is gearing for its rendezvous with the sun. To take
A textbook launch as PSLV C-57 put Aditya L1, India's first satellite to study the sun, into orbit an hour after liftoff from Sriharikota.
1, 0.
The mission attempts to study the outer atmosphere of the sun from a vantage point, Lagrange 1, without any eclipse or obstruction in the line of sight.
The Aditya L1 spacecraft has been injected in an elliptical orbit of 235 by 19,500 kilometers, which is intended very precisely by the PSLV, very unique mission mode here, with the upper stage of the PSLV taking 2 burn sequence for injecting the primary satellite for the first time. So I want to congratulate PSLV for such a very different mission approach today to do this mission of Aditya L1 to put it in the right orbit.
And while the whole world watched this with bated breath, it is indeed a sunshine moment for India. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian scientists had been working, toiling day and night for years and years together. But now comes the moment of vindication, the moment of redeeming the pledge to the nation.
It's a 1.5 million kilometer long flight. The aim is to put the spacecraft in a halo orbit around the L1 point for a closer study of the sun. It will take 120 days. and the project costs a whopping 400 crore rupees. Four of the 7 instruments or payloads on board will give crucial information on the sun, including solar flares or bursts of radiation, and study the upper atmospheric dynamics and heating, while the other 3 will study the particles and fields at the Lagrange 1 point. The gallery was filled to capacity with children even more enthusiastic after Chandrayaan's successful moon landing recently. This boy and his family had come from Varanasi to watch the liftoff from ground zero. You want to become a space scientist at some point in time?
I'll think about that later.
Right now, what's your dream?
To become an IAS officer, IAS. Maybe I think it can also help us building, better hospitals or school.
Better hospitals or schools?
Last mission was very successful, and see how India have created a historical event, right? And in the world we become a first to put our legs on the moon polar side, right? So this will be also one historical.
To 4.9 kilometers per second.
Recently, the successful Chandrayaan-3 mission from Sriharikota to the moon had catapulted India to an elite league of a few countries. Now the country hopes that the Sriharikota to the sun mission too will turn into a success. At Sriharikota with Suresh, Sam Daniel, NDTV.
And finally, how to cook Champaran mutton, that too Lalu style. This video is now going viral of Lalu Prasad Yadav turning chef for Rahul Gandhi, teaching Rahul Gandhi how to cook Champaran mutton. In fact, this is something that was on dinner as well when Rahul Gandhi was hosted by Lalu Prasad Yadav a day after his conviction was stayed by the Supreme Court. An interesting banter there as well between the two. So some food for political thought by Lalu Prasad Yadav for Rahul Gandhi. Well, that's classic Lalu for you. That's all the time that we have on this bulletin. Goodbye and keep watching.